Let me guess. When you think of German wine, you're probably thinking of Riesling, specifically sweet Riesling. But what if I were to tell you the best Riesling in Germany is dry Riesling, and specifically GG Riesling? Now, the GG category was started in 2002, and the whole idea was to make something a little more Burgundian in profile, really emphasize the top vineyards around Germany, but also to look outside of Mosel and really to show the best of what Germany has to offer. Now, you can have Chardonnay, Pinot Noir, Pinot Blanc, but it's in Riesling that you see the best expressions of GG. And I cannot wait to get right into this because this is one of my favorite categories. And to kick things off, we're going to the Mosel because we're going to go with the classic, where it begins and where it starts. We're starting with the Selbach Oster Schlossberg. Now, Selbach Oster, they're a fantastic producer, imported by Skurnik, one of my favorite producers, and I cannot wait to give this a try. There's this lovely lightness of being. It just really perfumes up in the glass with this uh, crisp, clear, salinic style. A bit of lime, a little green apple, a little lemon peel, all this lovely white florals, white fruits, and some crushed rock minerality. This is so pretty. Now, the Mosel is known for its extremely steep and blue slate vineyards. And what that does is that creates a lot of tension and a lot of minerality. And I think that's coming through beautifully here. The acidity is really crisp and vertical, fresh, vibrant, and just really lingers on the palate in a beautiful way. And we are off to a fantastic start. Now, our second wine, we had to go to Nahe. And specifically, we had to go to one of my favorite producers in Emmerich Schlommleber, and specifically the Halenberg Vineyard. Now, Nahe has more volcanic soils and red slate. These are GGs and just Rieslings with a little more stature to them, a little more brawn. Great crispicity, and Schlommleber is one of the best. And on top of that, Halenberg is an amazing vineyard, and we're going to try it. One of the things that Nahe does is it brings this precise style to the wines, and that's happening a lot here. That flinty minerality is just shining through beautifully. A lot of gunflint, pear, peach, green apple, Meyer lemon. It is amazing. This is just really working together harmoniously with that excellent level of depth that you would expect from an amazing producer. And let's give this a try. That is absolutely lights out. Absolutely lights out. That is an epic wine. Look, I'm biased. I love Emmerich Schlommleber and I love the Halenberg Vineyard. This is always a winner for me, and this is doing it right here. This floats around $100, not cheap. But if you want to know what the top of the region tastes like, hey, for $100, you can spend so much more in so many places and do so much worse. This is amazing. This really brings off that precision, a little bit of the heft, and that flinty minerality that you absolutely love. I'm in love with that, and I'm going to be drinking this later today. So just to let you know that I'm going to keep on with it. Now, wine number three is a do not pass go, do not collect $200. We are talking about Donhoff, and I had to stay in the Nahe because I had to bring two of the main producers of Nahe. Donhoff is probably and arguably the elite producer in Nahe. Now, and this is the Felsenberg vineyard, and this is a vineyard that brings a little brawn to it, a little bigger shoulders. And what I love about Donhoff GGs is that they have some stature. They have some understated power to them. But it's all in the back of the beat, and we are going to taste this. That my tone of voice almost went right down because I just want to contemplate on this. I want to experience this. There's this lovely nectarine, Meyer lemon, red apple, quince, flinty saline minerality, tension, a little bit of honeysuckle, pear. It is so beautiful. And all these lovely understated spring florals and white florals. It's really lovely. And I just really want to spend some time with this, but we're going to have to taste this and keep things going. So we're going to taste it right now. And that's a great 1-2 punch from Nahe. I find Emmerich Schlommleber gives more into the precision. Donhoff a little more into like the wider, broader shoulders. Great acidity, very filling on the palate. It's medium to medium full bodied, and it coats. And that acid is so refreshing, but it's youthful and it lets you know that because there's still that bit of sting, and it's just lovely. If you want to understand Riesling, whether it's sweet or dry Riesling, you cannot go further than Donhoff. These guys are amazing. One of my favorite producers in all the world. And this is doing it yet again. So guess what? I hope you look out for this. Now, wine number four is Weingut Whitman's Hirschspiel. And we're also going to Rheinhessen. These are known for their more powerful style. These vineyards also deal with Pinot Noir. You get a lot more GG Pinot Noir here. But they also give off a saltiness, or so the saying goes. And there's this real elegance and poise to these wines. And you know what? We're going to find out right now. So this is a 2023, and this is wound a little tight at the moment, but there's a lot going on here. There's this Meyer lemon kumquat apple flavor, a bit of salinic ness. I don't know if I'm thinking now salty, and that's what I'm getting. That's not entirely what I'm getting, but I'm definitely getting this pristine mineral crushed rock saline thing that I'm really, really liking, along with a bit of acacia flowers that I really love, and I cannot wait to taste this. I absolutely love Weingut Whitman, and that is yet another winner. Hirschfield, one of their top wines. This just killer. 23. This will need time. These do need a little bit of age generally, and I have on the whole 5 of these are for actually young wines, but they're still giving at a young age. This can still age a lot. There's a lot more it can go, but what I'm really liking is how broad it is on the feel. You can't fake that. That is just class and elegance, but with a little bit of stature and a great finish that lets you know that this is a beautiful, beautiful wine. I think about 3 to 4 years could do this really well. And then you got a long life ahead of it to enjoy. Wine number 5 is the 2023 Weingut Künstler Hockheimer Holle GG from the Rheingau. Now, Rheingau is more known for its more dense and powerful wines, more calcareous soil. So I'm really looking forward to this, as this has been given 100 points by James Suckling. But more than anything, we're going with a lighter to bigger style of wine as we progress through this. And I don't have too much experience from the Rheingau, and I cannot wait to taste this for you. And so if there's any way that you guys can put something like this together for yourselves to taste along, I really encourage it. This is more tropical, but not like really tropical, right? It's not like we're sitting in a Caribbean island and we have a bunch of pineapple in front of us, but there's this like sweeter peach and lemon, with a bit of vanilla bean, a touch of pear, uh, but then you still getting like the Meyer lemons, apples, really, really well balanced. Not as much minerality, but more rounded sort of stone and citrus fruits that I'm really digging, and a bit of spring florals that I'm also really digging, and I cannot wait to taste this. That's such a cool and different expression compared to everything else. Really expansive on the palate. It just coats. I can see how it got that big score. I think it might have been James Suckling. I'll double check and I'll just let you know right down here. But it's such a cool and different expression from these. These are about tension. This is kind of puppy dog ish, like if that makes sense, right? Like it wants to be liked, less of the saline and vertical acidity. That acid's still there though. This can age beautifully, but I would not hesitate to get into this right now. This is really cool. I'm really digging this. Uh, I'm going to investigate this a lot more after I'm done taking this video, just to let you know. So our final wine is the one with a little bit of age on it, and it's also from the most powerful area. We're talking about Moulin Cotoir and from the Pfalz. Now, this is a warmer area, which can bring more intensity to the wines. And it's a wine I actually had a long time ago. And this is my last bottle. So we're getting into it, and I cannot wait to taste it for you guys. I think some of the age is coming through really well on this. Everything seems more rounded. And I don't know if that's because Pfalz is more warmer. Um, Muller Couture is a fantastic producer, but I also think the age helps here. I get this more kumquat, red apple, again, that stone fruit that I got from the Künstler. That's here in spades, but it's more pronounced, if that makes sense. And there's this really lovely sort of like nectarine, not honey, but honeyed, if that makes sense, like kind of honeysuckle thing that I'm really digging, really enjoying, and we are going to give this a taste. So it's really well rounded on the palate. The acidity is really well integrated, super seamless. Looking at my tasting notes, the last time I had this was back in 2020 before the world shut down. So it's awesome to taste it again at this point. And I think this is a complete wine. Uh, you know, I think people sometimes romanticize long aging too much. And I think this is really in its zone. I think the color's great, and then everything's working so well together. And yet, like, what does aging it longer do for you? I'm not sure much, because what I am tasting right now is something really beautiful. It's medium to medium full body. That acid is just perfectly integrated. The finish is seamless. It is just so lovely, really wonderful. I'm a big, big fan, and what a great way to end this. Now, if you're looking to learn more about GG Riesling, I'm going to be sure to link my Substack article right below. But also, let me know. Do you guys like Riesling? And also, do you like GG Riesling? Be sure to hit that like button and absolutely be sure to hit that subscribe button. And I cannot wait to see you on the next one. Cheers.